the silent threat that changed everything for my family. Last year, my 72-year-old father experienced what we thought was just a funny spell. Little did we know this moment would transform our understanding of health forever. Mini strokes, medically known as transient ischemic attacks, TIAs, are brief episodes where blood flow to part of the brain is temporarily blocked. Unlike full strokes, these warning signs often disappear within minutes to hours, making them dangerously easy to dismiss. According to the American Stroke Association, about 240,000 Americans experience TIAs each year. Sadly, up to 40% of people who have a TIA will later have a full stroke, with nearly half of those strokes occurring within days of the TIA. What makes these warning strokes so dangerous is how subtle they can be. Many elderly patients and their families mistake these symptoms for normal aging, potentially missing critical intervention windows. Let me share how I nearly overlooked the signs with my own father, and the knowledge that ultimately helped us seek timely medical care that prevented something much worse. In this video, I'll reveal the 8 most common warning signs of mini strokes in the elderly, based on clinical research and expert insights from neurologists at leading institutions. Recognizing these signs could mean the difference between recovery and serious long-term disability for yourself or someone you love. Sign number 1, sudden weakness or numbness on one side of the body. My father was holding his coffee mug when suddenly his right hand couldn't grip it properly. The mug crashed to the floor. This one-sided weakness lasted only about 15 minutes, but it was our first major clue. Researchers at the Mayo Clinic confirmed that temporary weakness or numbness affecting just one side, often the face, arm, or leg, is among the most recognizable TIA symptoms. What happens during this event is that blood flow to the motor control areas of the brain becomes briefly interrupted, causing this one-sided effect. If you notice someone experiencing this symptom, even briefly, don't wait to see if it resolves. Sign number 2, slurred speech or difficulty finding words. When my father tried to tell us what was happening, his words came out jumbled and unclear. He knew what he wanted to say but couldn't form the words properly, a condition neurologists call aphasia. This communication difficulty occurs when blood flow to the language centers in the brain is temporarily reduced. The National Institutes of Health, NIH, reports that speech changes during a TIA typically last less than 5 minutes, but should never be ignored. Even if the person can eventually communicate clearly again, this temporary disruption serves as a critical warning that requires immediate medical evaluation. Sign number 3, sudden confusion or trouble understanding. My father became disoriented about where he was in our own home. When we asked simple questions, he seemed bewildered and unable to follow the conversation. Studies from the American Heart Association show that these cognitive disturbances happen when blood flow to the brain's processing centers is compromised. What makes this particularly concerning in elderly patients is how easily it can be attributed to age-related confusion or dementia. Remember that the key difference is the sudden onset. These changes happen rapidly, not gradually over months or years as with dementia. Sign number 4, unexpected dizziness or loss of balance. My father suddenly couldn't stand without swaying. He described feeling like the room was spinning, which is a classic description of vertigo associated with TIAs. The vestibular system that controls our balance is highly sensitive to changes in blood flow. Research published in the Journal of Stroke and Cerebrovascular Diseases shows that nearly 30% of TIA patients experience some form of dizziness or balance issues during the event. What's particularly dangerous about this symptom is the fall risk it creates, especially in elderly individuals who may already have mobility challenges. Sign number 5, vision disturbances in one or both eyes. My father complained that his vision suddenly blurred, describing it as looking through foggy glass for about 10 minutes before clearing completely. Ophthalmologists at Johns Hopkins Medicine explained that these visual disturbances occur when blood flow to the visual processing areas of the brain, or the retina, is temporarily reduced, patients often describe seeing double, losing vision in one eye, or experiencing blind spots. Fascinatingly, these vision changes typically affect either both eyes or just one side of the visual field in both eyes. Rarely just one eye completely, a detail that can help distinguish TIAs from other vision problems.